if I watch my life, if I am seeing my experience, I will see that thoughts are constantly in a state of anxiety. Yeah. From morning to night, my thoughts are always in fear, in anxiety, and in stress. And they are in a constant looking for problems everywhere. And strangely, they always find some. So, since we open our eyes, it seems that we have this avalanche of problems that are overwhelming us. So many things to do, so many things to resolve, so many solutions to find, so few time, so much stress, and so on. And that's the life of the majority of humans. A life of problems, a life of stress, of survival. And it seems like there is no true resolution. Have you noticed that each time you resolve a problem or you seem to find a solution to a problem, a new one pop up directly? Have you noticed that there is no end to the stream of problems and anxiety of the mind? So what do we do, right? What is the action? What is the way to approach my life, to approach this unresolvable human life that is presenting here and now in my experience? The first thing that we have to learn or to relearn is to slow down. Every time you see your mind speed up, you see the stress coming up, you see that you are acting in a frenetic way, you're moving fast, you're talking fast, you are in a resolution mode constantly. You will see that your system will speed up increasingly. And the more you speed up, the harder it will be to slow down. So why slowing down is essential? Because slowing down allows you to be more sensitive, to be more aware of what is here and now. When you are highly sensitive, speed does not really matter. But if you are not, every time something is spinning up, you lose track of things. So naturally, when you slow down, you will notice things more. So why we don't do it? Maybe first because we are very insensitive. Most humans are in confusion. They are lost in their drama, lost in thoughts. And because all of their attention is focused into thinking, into the drama, hypnotized by the story of their personality. They become insensitive and blind to everything that is around it, to the infinity that is around this experience, that is supporting this experience of thinking. So to realize that, it's already huge. So I noticed that I have difficulty slowing down. I'm always speeding up. And I feel that I am speeding up. But in fact, it's simply the thought that are in a constant, very fast pace. But if you are sensitive, you will see that you are not in that very fast pace. You are never moving. And that's what slowing down can allow you. That's really one of the first steps, is to learn to differentiate yourself from the activity of thinking. The activity of thinking will always imply some movement. Yeah. And often the movement is a movement of action, of resolution, of problem solving, problem finding, survival. Yeah, so that's a very strong need of the thought. It is always present. When we get hypnotized by it, we identify with this energy that is presenting itself. And then we start to think and feel that I am spinning up. I can't slow down. How can I slow down? When you are thinking and feeling that way, you are completely identified with the field of thinking. There is no dissociation. You don't perceive that thought can be very fast, but I am not in a state of agitation. At first, I hope it makes sense, but if it doesn't make sense, I will use an example that will be, I hope, useful. If you take your hand and you make a fist and you tight your fist, if I tight my fist right now and someone asks me, are you tight? I would say, no, I am not tight, but I feel tightness in my hand. Yeah. So by saying I am not tight, I'm relaxed, but I feel tightness in my field of sensation, more specifically in my hand, I'm not denying the experience of tightness. I'm not denying a part of my experience. I simply being more accurate that I am not the one that is tight, that is tense. There is tension in my field. I am not tense. And I can feel the tension, obviously. And that's more easily with part of the body to feel. But with the thoughts, it feels like it's not possible. But it is. You can perceive agitation in your thought. You can perceive that thoughts are agitated. And at the same time, I am not agitated. I feel that I perceive the agitation. I am not the one agitated. I'm here, I'm calm, I'm perceiving the agitation of my thoughts. Just like if there is a part of your body that is tense, if my leg is tense, yeah, or I have cramps, in a muscle, I perceive the intensity of the tension of the muscles. I will feel that it's very uncomfortable. I will have all of the sensory effect of that tension, but I am not tense. My body, my leg is tense. I am not tense. Yeah. So for thoughts, it is the same sensitivity. by saying I am not agitated, I'm not negating the presence of agitation. I'm simply stating a fact. I am not the one that is agitated. I am the one that is perceiving the agitation. And that's not a game of language or a conceptual game. I'm using language and I'm using concepts to try to point to you that within your experience right here, right now, there is an experience of thinking. Yeah, you are the one perceiving that experience. Yeah. So whatever state is that experience of thinking, for example, this does not affect what you are. And to learn to approach your experience that way, you will start to see that it is possible to bring space, to bring like kind of a space between the field of experience and my being. Of course, it's not possible because there's no distance, but it's more like a support. You can have this visual support. And you will see the more you differentiate yourself from the field of thinking, you will feel more and more peace from the thoughts. And the beauty of this approach is that you don't have to change the thoughts. You don't have to try to calm the thoughts in any way. You have to learn to perceive that the thoughts are an experience that are appearing in you. And you are the one that is witnessing it. And that's what we explored in the last meeting that we did. And that's what we will explore deeper in the membership meeting that we will do, I think it's next week, Wednesday next week. This time will take longer, not only to talk about it, but to specifically, in your specific case, in whatever challenge you have, how you can bring this sensitivity, bring this clarity when you are perceiving or feeling that you have problems or issues to solve. Because in fact, when you want to solve a problem, the only way to do it is to clearly perceive and understand what is the nature of this problem. Because any issue you have in your experience is not something that you will solve. You cannot solve a problem. Only you can be sensitive enough to realize that the problem is manufactured by your thoughts. So there is no real problem out there. There is a wrong perception, there is confusion, and there is a wrong way to engage with my experience. And this confusion, this wrong way to engage and to understand experience, this that is right here, manufacture what we call problems, and a person who have all of these problems. And that's what we will explore deeper in our next meeting next week. We'll explore this. Is there something else? So much. I'm trying to slow down, to be more practical. I hope it is helpful. I am under the feeling that I'm going too fast often. That's my impression. So I'm trying to slow down, to bring one specific topic into one specific aspect of our experience. So in this case, that was problems or our issue. That seemed to be there seemed to be so many issues, problems, and anxiety, and all of the human drama. And how can I approach it within the context of the field of thinking? How those two are connected, and how, if I clearly understand their the connection between those two, how it can free me and give me this sense of freedom, of peace, because there's nothing to resolve, right? So how can I resolve all of my problems without finding any solution? So that's what I want to talk in the next meeting, to really slow down, allowing us to be more present to what is here and be more sensitive, and having this clarity that is like a light that disperses darkness, like it's so clear. You see clearly, oh yeah, that's a thought in my mind. Oh, that's another thought in my mind. Oh yeah, I haven't seen this, oh yeah, this and that and that and this. So that's a little bit what I have proposed today, and what we will go deeper in the meeting. Also, if you have any specific question that you want to talk about, you can send me an email, and we'll talk about that in the next meeting, and I will give you everything possible if it's useful to you. Bye.